Okay, interviewing Alex. Alex is inside of our Million Dollar Movements Mastermind. She is an incredible human being. When I met Alex last year, it was December of last year when I first met her, and it was a DM conversation. We were talking back and forth, and I knew immediately when I talked to Alex the first time, I'm gonna bring her on in a second here. I was like, this is an extraordinary human being. And at the time when Alex joined the mastermind was called Extraordinary. And I had this conversation with her, and I just remember knowing this woman is an extraordinary human being. And we started working together in January. We've been working together all year. And she is just massively blown up inside of her business. I'm sure you guys know her. Like, put an emoji in the chat box if you know Alex Nigerian. Put an emoji in the chat box if you know her. I'm very excited to come up and celebrate her. And then in 2 weeks from today, we are meeting in Costa Rica. We are meeting in Costa Rica. She's coming to Costa Rica. I'm going to be crying. We're going to be staying up all night, like celebrating and dancing with other people that are inside the mastermind. So let me bring her on. If you want to win more, if you want to win more in business and in life, stay on this live, because when you celebrate other women winning, it just compounds your winning. Hi, Alex.
Hello, Bridget James Ling. How are you?
I am so good. I am just like thinking about you. I woke up this morning and I thought, we're just doing a 30-minute interview with you that's just celebration. And as I was bringing you on, I was thinking, I really hope that people watching this, you stay. You stay and you listen to Alex, and you also really take time to celebrate her. Or after you listen to this, you send her a DM and celebrate with her, because when you celebrate other people, you see people winning, you celebrate them, the winning compounds on the winning. So I'm excited just to make this be a party.
It's such a party. You always make it a party.
So do you want to introduce yourself to my audience? Because we have so many new people here.
Yeah, so I'm Alex Nigerian, and if you guys know me, I'm just so excited to be with you here on Bridget's page and just building our communities together. And I'm a business coach, and I help online coaches grow their business to six figures and multi-six figures by amplifying your voice on social media and building out offers that light your soul on fire with your unique impact, and selling those offers in a way that just makes you pumped to go get loud and sell. So that's my vibe.
Us together is insane. We're like, hey everyone, welcome. Like, I think we're gonna take over the villa in Costa Rica. We'll get like a noise complaint. People are gonna be like, you guys.
I am so excited for Costa Rica. I got your onboarding thing that said, you know, what is your vibe? And I'm ready to respond and be like, slumber party. We're not going out. We're not doing anything but just slumber parties, share your soul vibes. That's it.
The other night I was in my living room, like having a dance party, and I was like, I just can't wait to be like weird and have fun and have, you know, dream all of these things, go on excursions together, be afraid together, like just experience life, because that's why we do this work. I've been talking a lot about that, of like, I love this work that you and I do. You are literally every day putting yourself out in the field. You're investing in yourself. You're going to events. You're getting yourself in the room, overcoming challenges, overcoming things that most people, that if they experience, they would be like, I'm out. Yeah. I'm no longer doing this. And you're constantly growing. And it's just evidence that it works, because then you translate that wisdom from your mountaintop down to other people and their mountaintops, and it just creates this ripple effect. So I just love the work that we do. I love you, and I want to celebrate all the things that have been happening.
You know what? Everything that you're saying is so true, and this is the year that I really have felt that, and this has been what I'll call a breakthrough year for me. Before in my business, when we look at even just the like finances, I was sort of plateaued at this six-figure business, and there was nothing wrong with that. But when I really looked at who I am and what my purpose is on this planet, it was like, isn't it my job to grow first so that I have more to give to others? Yeah. Right? And I think that every coach, it's really the job of all of us and everybody watching, everybody who is a service provider on the internet, to expand ourselves first and do that work and set our own souls on fire so that we have more to give. And that has been the work for me this year behind the scenes, is just how can I raise the standard for myself? And raise the standard sometimes looks like bringing more joy to every aspect of my life. But sometimes raising the standard for myself also means doing the hard thing and doing the uncomfortable thing so that I can grow, so that we can grow. Hi, Stephanie. And that's been the work, and it's just compounded in results, the external results, but it's been the most joyful process along the way, and uncomfortable process too. And I'm so available for both. Like, I find both to be really exciting.
I mean, that's why you have these amazing wins, and we share those on social media. We're like, you know, Alex, you just did like over $30,000 cash in the last 30. It was like more than that, like 37,000. You had
something like, you know what's
win.
funny, Bridge, is I don't even stare at the numbers all day. It was like 30 something, and I've had 30 something cash months before. And don't get me wrong, like, I'm here for the numbers and I'm looking at that, but it's like, I just am so, and you've helped me with this, like, I'm so committed to the process, because I get that if I'm so committed to the process, and if my heart is on fire in the process, in the community building, in the amplifying my voice through the content, in the you know, offers that I actually can get behind and really want to sell, like, the money is such a byproduct. And I think I want everybody to get that, because I actually don't think why people are here is just to chase a dollar amount. I actually don't think it's just about compounding dollars in a Stripe account. Like, I think a lot of people watching could really be happy and fulfilled. Like, I know you were, Bridge, and I know I was when we were earning less money. And I think the money is amazing, but I think what people really want is to build impact in a way, and even be in the business building process themselves in a way that every day is exciting in the process. And it's amazing, because when we commit to that, it's like the money just flows easily.
Yes. Can you talk about, you sent me a Slack message, I think it was a couple of days ago, or maybe last week. You said, I get it. You're like, I get it. You were just like, you've been talking about this all year, and something clicked, something shifted. I can feel it in your content, obviously. And you just did an amazing masterclass. Like, all the people signing on from there, people are just flocking to your world. Can you talk about what that I get it was?
The I get it was the be more thing. Be more. I've been hearing that from people on the internet for probably years. You need to go be more. And I would be like, what does that fucking mean? What does that mean? And then when it really clicked for me, it that has been the work behind the scenes. And that's what I've been talking about here. Is it is about taking all the action and doing all the things, and refining the strategy. Yes, refining the messaging, refining the content, the offers, the product suite. But none of that will ever land if the person behind those messages and behind those offers isn't fulfilled in their work and raising the standard for themselves. Because at the end of the day, no matter what niche we're in, business coaching, relationship coaching, fitness coaching, health coaching, mindset coaching, I mean, anything, we're selling this fulfillment piece, this higher quality of life. People want this higher quality of life for whatever they're deepening. And in order to really actually sell that as a being and really get behind it, we have to be that for ourselves first, fully, when the cameras are off. And that's been the work for me. Like, am I deepening that fulfillment and raising the standards in my health, in my voice, in my truth, in my self-love, in my relationships, for me first? And then it goes so much deeper and lands so much deeper than make money online, or get the guy, or lose the weight, or get strong, or whatever the tangible thing is. When we can bring a depth to that, I think people are ready to hear it, and it lands because it's true. And that's been what has clicked for me this year.
I mean, that's most of our conversation in Slack.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you know, we'll talk about things like launch timelines. Okay. And can we do more lead generation, and how do we do more nurturing and things like that, and messaging. But it's like, okay, I'm experiencing this challenge. This is what's going on. how do I navigate this?
Mm-hmm.
This is what I'm doing. Any feedback, anything you can see that I can't see. It's I keep saying like it's a reciprocal relationship. It's very cyclical. It's not like you come to me like give me the answers and I'm like, Alex, go do this. It's like a relationship. And something I was talking about with a private client this week was she said, Bridge, you know, we done all the strategy in Voxer. Like what else do I ask? And I was like, this is the best piece.
Yes.
And I remember you and I had a conversation like this in June when you were re-signing for the mastermind. You were like, how do I use mentorship now? And it was like we went deeper together because it's so much relationship. Because when you're plugging in with a mentor, someone else that's doing something that you desire, by building a relationship with them, you see yourself, not as them, not becoming them, but you can see the mindset and you can try it on. Yes. And through osmosis, like you adapt the mindset that they have and you become stronger that way, which to me, when you get to that point, it's like, okay, now we've actually started, like, welcome to mentorship now.
Totally. And that was a shift for me. And because I think you're right. For years, it was just, what's the answer? Tell me how to do X, right? Is my copy landing? Or my hooks landing? Is this how to host a masterclass that converts? Is this the right way to price this for XYZ result with the product suite? And that was really all I had known. So that's how I was using it for a while. And then I loved when we had that conversation when I said, I get it. I have no more, like, not that we don't sometimes talk about strategy, but it was like, I don't need you to look at my hooks. I don't need you to tell me what to price my offers. I don't need your permission to title my masterclass or tell me how to structure it. So now what? And like, how do we use this space? And exactly like you're saying, and it's like, I'm so excited if people are watching that. And if you're in that space, like you've transcended, I don't need to know how to refine my hooks anymore. And there's something deeper here. It's like, lean in. Like it's been profound to be able to lean in, because that's when you get to take everything to another level of fulfillment. For me, that's what it's been, another level of fulfillment. And for me, Bridge too, that's been why I've been signing up for events like Costa Rica, or I went to this Tony Robbins event last weekend. It hasn't been that, oh, I'm going to Costa Rica because I know that Bridge is going to teach me XYZ strategy, or I know that Tony Robbins is going to teach me ABC strategy. It's solely been, how can I get even more filled up in who I'm being, and my thought leadership about like something bigger than make money online, like what we're really here for, and start to bring that into my service. And that deepening with a mentor, like you're saying, I mean, with you, I mean, really, I'm so grateful for you in our relationship. Like, so much has been mirrored and discovered and created, like you're saying, in this collaboration and this co-creation, not in this question answer way. And it's been, I've loved it.
I'm so serious. When you arrive in Costa Rica, I'm just gonna be like, oh, I'll either be crying or like running around so happy, because when I think of you, Alex, I'm like you are a true embodiment of freedom queen. It's like you live it, you do your thing, you build your own empire, you lead the way you want to lead. You're not sitting on some royal throne, but you're like down in the field with your people. How can I help you? But you're also pioneering, like, guys, let's go this way, and I'm going to go first, and it might be hard, it might be challenging, but I'll get the wisdom to pass it along to you. Like, you're setting yourself free, you're taking risks. Like, that's what we're doing this for. Like, someone the other day was like, I'm scared. I'm like, welcome to entrepreneurship. Yeah. They're like, I'm leaping right now. I'm like, every day, you're leaping.
Yeah. And that's, dancing with that has been really neat, and realizing, like, we hear it all the time, right? That growth is on the edge of your comfort zone, right? That's like a phrase that everyone's heard from the time they were young, I feel. Growth is on the edge of your comfort zone, beyond your comfort zone. But then I find that in our culture, there's this feeling that you're like this verbiage, like you're supposed to want to feel comfortable every day, and that's the goal, to like just be comfortable. But I think the reality is, if we were going through life comfortable every day, every single person watching this would be incredibly bored very quickly. And that's what the growth is about. It's not growing into something so that then you'll feel worthy. It's not growing into more money or a bigger business so that then you'll feel worthy. It's you're worthy right now today. And of course, you're going to grow into more and dance with that fear and lean into that discomfort, because isn't that why we're here, right? Isn't that why we're here, to grow and evolve? And again, coming back to that impact, it's like when we grow first, when we grow for ourselves first, we then have more to give. If we don't grow first, we can only give so much and take others so far, guide others so far. So if we play with discomfort first, that's our work as coaches. We have more to give. And then that ripple effect is huge. And I actually feel that the coaching industry actually has the ability to change the world, because if we play with discomfort, fear, and we rise, in any niche, again, like this could be in anywhere, but we're raising the standard, and we do that for ourselves first, our self-leadership. We bring that to our clients, they raise the standard, they go impact other people. Then there's so much overflow in that, in like, I really believe like this is when we rise like the universe at like a conscious state. It's like, because if everyone's living in that way, there's going to be so much more to give, and we can all rise. And I'm like, that all of a sudden becomes a really big conversation.
I'm like, yeah, keep going. Like, it's like we're just waking everyone up. Like, whether you're selling fertility coaching or bookkeeping, you're actually selling wake up, be alive, be fulfilled, love your life. Like, if every day, I know that you and I experience this, but like every day we're waking up like life is on fire, and not from a place of scattered, or not in a place of like total out of control energy, but from this place of like, you and I are alive. But like, and I think genuinely people don't really sit with that. Someone said to me this week, they said, Bridge, I've been wanting to ask you this question forever. How do you have so much energy? How are you always moving? How are you always moving? And I said, how do you not? Because we are alive. And I think people really underestimate that one day we are going to die. And that's a very like true statement. One day we will not be here. And so do you want to be 100 years old and going, well, I kind of, I lived, I played it safe, I posted on Instagram once? Or do you want to be the person that's like, I went buck wild on Instagram, got trolls, hated on, found my people, used my voice, showed up and lived a life where it was the greatest adventure ever?
Literally bringing tears to my eyes, because I went through an experience at the Tony Robbins event while we were there, and we were talking about, okay, what's your next level? And every next level, it's like that fear is there, I think, for me anyway. It's like, okay, we're gonna do the next thing. And I had this moment where I got scared to commit to myself for that next level. And I remember I had this conversation with Justin in the car through tears, because it was a mirroring moment for me, that I couldn't commit to that next level. I was like, maybe I am just meant to be here. Like maybe I am just meant to, stop and have this cute side hustle, but be like a housewife. And not that there's anything wrong with that, but when I looked at that for myself, I'm like, and I examined that, I'm like, whoa, that is 100% coming from a place of fear, and 100% coming from a place of limiting beliefs. And when I went through that story and wrote it out for the next 5, 10, 20, 50 years of my life, and I'm, like you said, on that deathbed looking back, it's like, that wasn't why I was here. That wasn't for me. And when I really come into the mission that's in my soul, it's like, no, like I am meant to rise. And I think other people watching know, when we get quiet and we look in, that truth is there. Like that truth in our souls and our guts is there. And I believe that those whispers are there for us to turn up the dial and listen to those, to our soul, and make it louder than the voices in our head, the voices in our mind trying to limit us, right? Because this is just here to keep us safe, to survive, but we're not here to survive. We're here to listen to this. And that's the dancing with the fear. And then when you lean into that every day and look back on that life, it's like, whoa, whoa, how amazing, how amazing to feel that much, right? To experience that much, to witness that much. And Bridget, when I'm with you and we have these conversations, I'm like, isn't it amazing that we're just getting started? Like my pinky toe is in the fucking water for where we're going. Like it's just crazy to think about, and it's exhilarating.
You have me, my eyes are watering over here. I got massive full body chills when you were like, no, I'm not meant to stay here because you, Alex, like, I know other people are watching or watching the replay, but like just me and you right now, like you are not like the rest. Like you are the one. You are, like my boyfriend always uses the word chosen. Like you're chosen to do something really big on this planet. And I'm so, you committing at the Tony Robbins event, like it makes our relationship better, makes your client relationships better, everything. So
Yeah.
like, okay, I want to do a massive like rapid fire celebration
Okay.
where you just go like, I've done this and I've done this and I've done this and I've done this. And the reason why is we've talked about this before, but I love celebrating because winning loves winning. Winning creates more winning. It compounds. It builds momentum. And I want you to just like, this is the Alex show. Everyone watching, celebrate with her in the comments here. Like, list off every single freaking thing that you've done this year.
Oh God, it's gonna be uncomfortable for me to brag this much in a row, but we'll do it. You know what? This year has been a year of building, and gosh, reflecting on it, Bridge, too, and I hope this inspires somebody. January of this year, okay? January of this year was a 2K cash month, 2,000. That's
Wow.
it.
Wow.
2K. Why? I just made the full audacity pivot to go into business coaching because I know that that's where I was meant to go. January 1 of this year, December of 2022.
That's right.
I was still in fitness coaching.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing. I still had my membership. That's where I was. And I had no proof really that this was going to go where I wanted it to go. I really didn't. I wasn't the one in the industry that people were watching at that point at all. And I signed up with you, leap of faith. I knew that you had something that I wanted to be brought out in me that was beyond the strategy. And again, like we of course do a lot of that, but it went deeper than that. I knew I needed a mentor that was bringing that piece out in me. And you just did. And I thank you for being that near to me. And quickly, I just got to work. And I know that people, I don't personally agree with the be more, do less. I agree with be more and do more. Be more and do more. So my experience this year, rapid fire, has been being more, but also doing more. I launched the podcast before I felt ready to launch the podcast and have been consistent there. I've been doing more IG lives, pouring into relationships than I had ever done before. Not once a month, but every single week. I do monthly community events, hosting master classes. I did one yesterday, pouring into people for free, giving that service, serving harder than anybody else.
Yeah.
And that's what, you know, launching the membership. I remember I woke up one day, I said, I got myself on the hook to launch the membership. I was running a free masterclass that day. I woke up, I had no membership portal, no links, no automations. I had no presentation for the masterclass, none of it. And by 2 p.m. that day, I had the presentation for the masterclass, ran the masterclass, launched the membership, and 20 women were in within 24 hours. It's just like, go. So I had the membership. I've had my biggest launch ever of my signature course, the Aligned Business Blueprint. And not only have I been launching those courses bigger than ever, but the clients have been more of the clients I want to work with, right? Like they're showing up and they're like, we're on these calls, we're taking action, we're asking smart questions. Like they're on fire. And that's been something that you and I have worked on with the messaging. So it's not just more money. It's like, I look forward to my calls more. I look forward to my relationships more. So it's the biggest launches ever, my mastermind. It's been a multi-six-figure year already for me, which has been incredible.
What?
Yes. We've crossed 200K. It's been a multi-six-figure year. Like,
wait.
Did you tell me this? I think I did. I thought I did. But yes, it's been that and
I don't think we've actually celebrated that though, because that was something when I saw you make a post, like an IG story about it, but not like anchor that in, because that's huge. Because when we started working together, you said, I want to do multi six figures this year. And I remember earlier this year, we were having different conversations about like, how is that going to work out? And you were just like, I'm in. Like, I'm committed. No matter what. I don't care if I have doubt. I don't care. I'm going to do this. And you've done it. Like, hold the phone.
Hold the phone too, because January again was a 2K cash month. So everybody watching this, if you're going, oh, okay, that's great for her, but a goal like that is far away for me, it's really not true. Like, your past and even your present and how you've been moving in the past. And I had this story in my head that I was meant to be, you know, for me, what was like this little cute kind of 6-figure side hustle thing. And I just finally said no more. And it wasn't just declaring it. It was declaring it first, but then it was follow through every single day. And I want to be very clear about that, right? It was like daily commitment to the follow through, daily commitment to getting myself on the hook. But that's built so much self-love, self-respect, self-trust. I've got my back. And of course, it's compounded in, oh man, we're at multi 6 figures. And Bridge, I said to Justin last night, and it's crazy to say this on an IG live to me, like to put this in the world, but I'm like, I could see a world where next year's $1 million, like, which would be crazy. But I could see if I just fucking, excuse my French, I'm cursing. If I followed through, it's like, and anyone watching this, it's like, you can decide right now today that your story changes, but only you can write that story, right? And nothing changes if nothing changes. Something's, you've got to declare where you're going, know your vision, know your why, raise your standard every day, follow through. And when you stretch and grow and follow through every day, that's when other people see you, right? It's not waiting for the audience to move first. It wasn't other people have to respect me as a business coach before I make my moves. It was, I'm going first, I trust me. And over time, of course, people see that because you're moving for yourself first, and how can they not? And so I just hope the right person listening to this hears this message and is like, I'm going for it.
I mean, absolutely. $1 million, multi-million. You could do multi 6 figures in the last month and a half. Like, that's who you are. Like, you just defy all odds. You're like, okay, I'm going to do it. I'll find a way. You just show up and sell a bunch of offers and people buy.
Yeah.
I can't wait to slack you after this and talk about that, because holy moly. I mean, also one of the other things is this year, like, we've been playing a lot with, this is like a small win, but it affects a lot of the bigger wins.
Yeah.
Is we've been just playing a lot with like how you can accept more money. I remember it was earlier this year we talked about that. I was like, what if you just plugged in a couple more offers and pushed a little bit more? You're like, you know, because a lot of people live when they're going to the 6-figure, like, launch, stop launching, launch, stop launching. And that's something that we plugged into your sales sequence of like, well, how can we bring in cash all of the time? And you were just like, okay, I'll go do it. You brought in all this extra cash.
Oh yeah, that was huge for me. I mean, on a practical level, I had this thing, like you're saying, of like, you open cart, close cart, one program, and then like you can't sell because people are going to get tired of you selling.
Yeah.
Or you push hard. And like, yeah, we reframed that real quick and just said, let's sell every day. And yeah, you're right. Like, that made a huge difference just in terms of, just from this place of service, like giving people more opportunities to get their transformation and go on to their next step. Because of course, if we're serving every day with our content and our, wherever we're serving, of course, people are looking for the next step. People are there to change their lives. So to give them that opportunity every day, it's not annoying. It's not, you know, pushing people away. It's just saying, okay, well, there's all these different pathways for you to choose your own adventure and how you're ready to transform your life. And you're right. I mean, now now we have daily payments coming to the business, and I've had that for months, and it's been really cool to witness that, because I look at that and I'm like, you know, right now that might be low ticket membership payments daily as an example most of the time, but I'm like, if that's the energy that's there, soon that's gonna turn from whatever cash days to XYZ cash days, and it's just gonna compound because that system is built, which is cool.
I love this interview today. We've like celebrated, we've talked about energy, strategy, like there's so many nuggets that you just got from this. If you're listening to this, you're listening on the podcast, you're watching live with us or watching the replay, there's so much gold in here, Alex. Do you want to share with my audience, like, what do you have going on in your world right now? Like, how can people find you, get involved with things that you have going on?
You know what? I just ran a masterclass yesterday called the 20K Months Masterclass. And it's free and you can get instant access to the replay. And the feedback that I've been getting on that has been already really profound. And I was pumped to lead that conversation because it's about what we've been talking about here, Bridge, like the being piece. And so it's not the here's how to do X strategy piece, it's the being piece. But if people want to start there and check that out, message me and I'll send you that free link to get instant access to that replay. And I think it's gonna stir something inside you that might just be exactly what you need to go do what you need to do and be who you need to be to rise to that next level for yourself.
Amazing. Yeah. The master class. Okay.
Yeah.
20K month master class.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything that you want to say before we close out?
Just that I mean, I really just adore you and respect you. And it's just like, and everyone on this call, I think the last thing that I want to say is that everyone and that you watch who's out there doing what you're doing, and I mean this with so much love, they're just a person, right? Like they're just a person. And Bridge, in deepening our relationship and seeing that it's like no one is better than the other. There's no reason that someone else can go do something extraordinary and the person watching this can't. It's like you can decide to be the chosen one because you are the one just by choosing it. And I just hope everybody decides that for themselves, because when you do, that's really when you set yourself free. So that's what I'll leave you with.
I'm obsessed. Become the chosen one by choosing to be the one.
Yeah.
Alex, thank you for coming on. I know we'll see each other this weekend inside the mastermind. And everyone else watching this, go follow Alex. Go to her 20K month masterclass. And Alex, I'll talk to you soon.
I'll talk to you soon, Bridge. Thanks for having me.
Bye.
Bye.